Neil, anything new? No. Shit, I'm so scared. What if those people are lying to you? What if they never planned on letting her go? I've talked to them. They assured me they're only after the data. They'll keep their word, okay? Tell you what, if we don't have it back by tomorrow, I'll come clean and ask the CDI for help. Okay. Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Hey, Neil. I'm glad I'm not alone in this. Same. I kind of missed talking to you all these last few years. I'm so sorry I didn't spend more time with you and Laura. I just couldn't. It hurt. I know how selfish that sounds, and it is. It sucks. No, I understand. I can relate. I always asked you to take care of Laura more, but sometimes I felt like doing it by myself was easier than seeing you again and again. I'll get home and catch some sleep. See you tomorrow. Okay. See you. Hey Sato, what is it? Hey Neil, I have good news. Our IT department finally managed to retrieve some of the data Cox was trying to destroy. Most of it are bills and contracts that aren't important for our case, still pretty illegal though. But they also found a message that caught my eye. Sounds like one to Gonzalez. It was sent via the Mercurius network. Pretty sure it comes from whoever is behind the Liberators. I'll forward it to your cell. Good work, Sato. I'll have a look at it tomorrow morning. Need to catch up on some sleep first. Sounds like we're finally making headway in our investigation. See you tomorrow. In the aftermath of Banny's death and the shocking announcement broadcast by his murderers, the situation on Drovia has come to a head. Large demonstrations and some violent clashes with security, some of which were allegedly instigated by Savient Front members, have rocked the colony over the past 24 hours. Multiple stores, most of them Garian-owned, have been demolished and looted. Protesters were holding signs demanding Drovian self-governance. Others warned of repercussions for Garian murderers. In a statement this afternoon, Prime Minister Marov ordered the protesters to refrain from violence, but also assured them that Gara would see severe consequences for what transpired. Meanwhile, Garian Savant Council urged President Robinson to do everything in his power to prevent any further attacks and anything else that could escalate the situation. Savians on Gara are fearing for their lives, their spokeswoman Ivan Broker said. We have heard many reports of people staying home instead of going to school or work because they are terrified. Gara's authority and terrorism experts seem baffled by the Liberators' sudden emergence. They came out of nowhere, says Professor Melissa Weilard, expert on political extremism at Molina University. They did not emerge from an existing known movement, which is very rare and, frankly, strange. Albert, it's been a while since we last talked. I hope you're doing well. First, I'd like to thank you for the good work over the years. I'm glad that a fellow Drovian is taking care of securing our Tylenium transports on Gara. Second, I have a proposal to make. Since our cooperation has been going so well, I thought we could extend it a little. I could use your help with an operation I've been planning for a few years now. It doesn't come without risk, but I can assure you that the payment will be good, and even more importantly, that the mission promises a bright future for both our companies in revenge for what happened to your parents. Let me know if you're interested. Yours, A.
You may be asking yourself how I remained functional throughout all of this. How I didn't just collapse under the pressure and the looming prospect of losing my daughter forever. I think the truth is that over the years, I had gotten really, really good at tuning out the voice that always tormented me, that had always told me horrible shit. This was just adding to it. More to repress, more bubbling beneath the surface. Maybe if it had gone on for long enough, I would have imploded sooner or later.
There you are. Sora, what is it this time? I'm here to tell you that my boss is happy with how things went, apart from you showing up unannounced. Don't pull something like that again, okay? What did you do to Moore? That's none of your business. Tell me, I gave him to you. We just talked to him, but it looks like he doesn't know much. He says his boss ordered him to do it, and he doesn't know who's behind all of it. We'll have to rely on that back door to the CDI network after all. Taking the data back seems to be the best way to get our money right now. But we need your help to go through with it. Here's how this will go. At 7 o'clock tonight, our hackers will commence the attack. But it will only work if we have someone who is physically at a CDI computer at that time. A new user named 4x458 will pop up and request admin privileges that you'll have to grant. Sora, I have no idea what that means or how it works. I don't even know if my account can do that. I was afraid you'd say that. I guess you'll have to ask a system administrator to help you out. How do you think that'll go? Hey IT, could you help me invite some hackers into our network? Isn't there someone on your team you can ask? Someone who will believe you if you tell them you're doing the right thing. You know, you're talking about Saito. I can't. What if he says no? That's for you to figure out. You're good with words. Force him if you have to. Once we're in, we won't have much time till we're kicked from the system automatically. We'll have mere seconds to navigate to the right folder. In order to make it in time, we need to have an idea where to find the data. For which, in turn, we'll have to know what the data is about. And that's your job to find out. How is that sheet going I sent you? I'm making progress, but I'm not sure if I have all the information I need. Then hurry up. You'll have to submit it by 7 p.m. so we can start the hack. Okay. I'll call you once you sent me the sheet. Make sure you're on a CDI computer with your friend to let us in. Put the data on a stick and hand it to us at 11 tonight. I'm sending you the coordinates to our meeting spot. It's a bit further out, so make sure to be on your way in time. If we get the data tonight, I promise you'll have Laura back tomorrow. It'll be the last thing we ask of you. How am I supposed to believe you'll let Laura go? You can't know. You'll have to take my word for it. If I drag Saito into it and he tells anyone, I'll lose my job. I'll probably go to prison. Throw me a bone. I need to know she'll be fine if I do this. Tell me it makes a difference to you. It can't mean nothing to you to take a young life. It isn't up to me. You keep saying that, but isn't it really? Do you have zero control over what happens? If you can do something, please tell me it isn't all the same to you if she lives or dies. Do what I say and she'll live, okay? But what if things go south? If Saito won't help me, if we don't have the right folder, you keep dodging the question. Tell me a human life has some value to you. It would end at some point anyway. Oh, give me a break. Everything's so easy if nothing means anything. Like you care about human life. What did you think would happen if you left more to us? Was I supposed to put my daughter in harm's way and instead? Whatever. Your badge and gun betray you. You're a murderer like me. You're wrong about that. There's only one person whose death I'm directly responsible for. And you know what? It fucks me up. It's been years and it still fucks me up. Is that so? I was chasing down a perp in a car, lost control, and crashed into a building. The woman inside was dead on the spot, so quickly that she couldn't feel any pain or fear. That's what they said to me. And they didn't put you away for it? No, they didn't. Look, most people are garbage. There's a good chance the world is better off without her. Are you trying to console me? No, it's just a statistical fact. Wouldn't you agree that the world would be better off without most people in it? Human life has inherent value. I don't agree. Human life has inherent value, and a bad person can always change. I've said what I came here to say. You know what needs to be done. Zora.
After I woke up, I stared at the ceiling for a while. Zora's words rang in my head. 7 o'clock tonight. I had to do what they asked of me, but I wasn't sure where the data they wanted was stored. I was running out of time. I sat up and made a decision. The sheet on the Liberators. I needed to complete it now. I had a feeling that all the puzzle pieces were there. If I found out who was in charge of the Liberators, I might finally understand what the data was all about and where to look for it. Or maybe I could force them to pay Zora's boss so he'd let Laura go.
Okay, so we're doing that case sheet. Okay, so we got that much from like thing. Where's the okay. Dicendrovia mining titanium. Okay.
Abbott Dyson. All the signs pointed towards him and his company. I didn't feel like I had the full picture just yet, but some aspects finally made sense to me. None of the people we had encountered seemed to support what the Liberators claimed to stand for. This wasn't a Garian terror group at all. It was Drovians, Savians, hired guns, and business people, all working for one man's false flag operation. What was he trying to accomplish? Stir up enough trouble to force the solar system into a war? I had talked to Dyson the morning after Banny's death. He was still in Gara, hiding in plain sight, and I still had his number. I considered my options. We needed to arrest him. But maybe we could have a chat first. Just the two of us. Once the CDI had him, he wouldn't be able to talk freely. I took out my cell and tapped his face in my contacts.
Hello. Morning, Mr. Dyson. This is Neil Conrad with the CDI. Ah, Agent Conrad, how can I help you? There's something I'd like to talk to you about in person. Can we meet at the train that stops at Louisville in half an hour? I have an important call in 10 minutes. Could we make an appointment for tonight? This can't wait. If you insist, I'll tell my secretary to delay my call. Thanks. See you in a bit. We got a new email. Good morning, Conrad. I'm taking a walk in the little park near your place this morning. You know the one. Once you leave the elevator, just keep going straight past the fountain. I'll be sitting down for coffee near the gazebo. Come around if you want to join me. I'll be here for another hour or two. Okay, so Campbell's, yeah, down there.
My heart was pounding.
Ah,
Would Dyson really come, or did I spook him? Did he suspect I was onto him? It would be a while until I found out, so I sat down and took a deep breath. At least I had a little time to think about what to say to him if he showed up.
morning, Chief.
Morning, Conrad.
It's Campbell now. Right. You wanted to talk to me? I need you to give me your word that you won't tell anyone about our meeting today. Okay? You have my word. You're an excellent investigator, Conrad. You found out the sniper shot at Banny from the Sakura Hotel. You have a sharp mind. You identified the bartender at the hotel as the one who helped Diaz escape. You found the sniper's boat in the harbour. That helped us track him down and retrace his escape. You figured out what Banny's murderer looked like. Thanks to that, we were able to catch him and his associates on Joris Plaza. And you determined who had starred the Liberators' video and ad spot. That's why we could go after Moore and Cox so quickly. Do you know what makes you so good at your job? You question just about anything. In all my years at the CDI, I've never met a bigger skeptic than you. But that can also make your life harder if you want to climb the ranks at the CDI. However, if that doesn't concern you, you might want to take a closer look at the Sector 2 incident. I don't know exactly what it is they're trying to hide, but the data they're so desperately protecting has something to do with it. Who? Who is hiding something? The AG for sure. Maybe just her. I think something happened back when she was director of the CDI. She's been acting strange. The sudden decision to arrest Cox when she heard his name was the last straw. I have to go now. This will be the first evening without work I had in a while. Thank you for meeting me. Mr. Dyson. Good evening, Agent Conrad. This is an interesting setting for a chat. Let's get straight to the point. I have sufficient proof that you are part of, or even all, of the Liberators. That's a big accusation to throw around. What proof would that be? I know you hired mercenaries to kill Banny and to steal some data from the Chief's cell. You also instructed Cox to broadcast the Liberators' message and to bomb Corian Church. If there is anything else going on that endangers people's lives, you need to tell me right now. If you are so sure of all of that, why didn't the CDI just arrest me? I want to know why you did it. You're a saviour from Drovia. What's more, your company suffers financially from operating inside an unfree colony. You have all the reason to support Drovian independence. I do support Drovian independence, but not for economic reasons. Don't you think this status quo is unacceptable in a modern society? Gara forces us to hand over all the fruit of our labour like we live in feudal times, only to resell it at an incredible profit. Your planet exploits and enslaves my people for its own financial gain. If that's how you see it, why did you create an anti-Savior and anti-emancipation terrorist group? All Drovia needs to finally explode is a spark. I've provided just that. Did you read the news today? Drovian resistance against to suppressors has never been stronger, so you admit it. You did it to lend momentum and legitimacy to a Savian revolution, to push public opinion on Drovia to a point where a succession war seems inevitable. But they were already negotiating. Why didn't you just support Banny on the summit? Joseph was in no position to change things. The whole summit was a big dog and pony show. History teaches us that you can't attain independence the peaceful way. If you want it, you take it. And a war is worth it for you, especially considering that Drovia is unlikely to win it? If a war is what it takes, we have to try. Besides, New Drone will take our side, if any. You know, I'm really not buying your man of the people spiel. This is about your company's bottom line. Think of me any way you want, it doesn't matter. The way I see it, I'm using my influence and money to fight for the right cause. Don't you think thousands of innocent lives are prohibitively high prices to pay? It's interesting you'd bring that up, being a CDI agent yourself. What are you talking about? The data I've been wanting to get my hands on. Did you have a look at it? No. It contains classified information about the Sector 2 incident, which also cost thousands of innocent lives. But, just as importantly, Savients lost their right to a self-governed colony on Drovia. Gara cited a charter that it had made up itself and launched an independent investigation, which identified major construction and security flaws as causes of the disaster. I'm familiar with the incident. What are you getting at? Those backwards Savients don't believe in real science, so they don't know how to build a safe colony. Sounds convincing, doesn't it? What if I told you that the colony was sabotaged by Gara? Don't be ridiculous. The operation was launched out of fear and greed. A Savient colony on the biggest Tylanium source in the system felt free to trade with New Joran. Losing the Tylanium race could have meant losing supremacy over the solar system at the time. They couldn't allow that to happen. Who? Who are you talking about? A number of politicians and other elites, and of course the CDI is their executive force. Your Attorney General, Amelia Thorne. She was director of the CDI at the time. So before you judge me, look at the people you work for and what they did. I know so many people who died or lost someone in the incident. So many more who lost their livelihoods. No. This is too big. So many people would have to stay quiet for it to stay a secret for so long. Well, it'll come out. Not that many people know. Who knows at the CDI? Does Gary know? The chief? The director? Everybody involved is retired now except Mrs. Thorne. But some people must know. There are records of it. They will see the light of day soon enough. I know the mercenaries you hired are working on getting them back. They abducted my daughter and blackmailed me into helping them. I'm sorry to hear that. They did not act on my behalf when they took your daughter. Listen, Mr. Dyson. I have to arrest you. That's all I needed to hear. Please put your hands out so I can cuff you. It doesn't make much difference to me if you arrest me. Might have to do some time, but I have the best lawyers in the system. What I care about is that the data becomes public. Get it and the mercenaries will be paid. Once they send it over, it'll get leaked, even if I am in prison. I have people making sure of that. It doesn't matter what you care about. I want my daughter back. Pay them. Now. I would consider it, but I missed the window. The transaction expired. I see. You're getting off the train with me at the next stop. I can't let you get away with this. But until we arrive, I have some final questions. Tell me. What do you know about Laura's abductors? What do you know about the people who took my daughter? Not much, to be honest. You probably figured out most of it already. They're a secret group of mercenaries and they run big operations in the whole solar system. If you want a high-profile job done, you go to them. Where's their HQ and where are they keeping my daughter? I don't know. They're very secretive. They only meet you in public places or they come to you. I see. Tell me. What is Cox's role? Why does Cox help you? I imagine bombing a church isn't something you can just pay any security company to do. Albert's parents were all friends of mine. Their company was in charge of security at Sector 2. They went bankrupt after the explosions. Some people put the blame on the incident on them. They're getting death threats to this day. I supported them and their son financially. As you can imagine, Cox has every reason to want revenge for what Gara did to his family. Why work with the mercenaries when you already had Cox's guys to do your dirty work? Parts of the plan were out of his wheelhouse. I see. That's all for now. We'll get out at the next stop. I'll inform my colleagues that we are coming. Hey Conrad, are you sure about this? I am. Alright then, good job. I got this. Gary wanted to talk to you, he's inside. You're waiting here with us, Mr. Dyson. Hello? This is Evelyn Moore. Did you find my husband? What is it? Did something happen to him? He didn't turn up. So I was right, wasn't I? He's not working with the Liberators after all. We're looking into it. What's that supposed to mean? Did you find him at the Korean Hotel or not? Now it's not a good time, okay? You promised to protect James if something happens to him. Please. Our son needs a father. Let's talk about it later. Hey. Shit, Conrad. You really found the mastermind behind the Liberators. Finally some good news. I just hope this whole shit show is over now. Why did Dyson do it? It's kind of a long story. He was trying to escalate the situation between our planets. I see. Let's talk about it in detail later. Did Dyson tell you what that second attack was about? He did. They were going to bomb Korean Church, but he called it off. Holy fuck. Well, the most important thing is that we got him. That's a good start to my time as chief, isn't it? Well, acting chief, but yeah. I have a meeting with the press in a few minutes. We'll go over everything later. Roger that.
I was supposed to write a report on my findings in the Liberators case, but I wasn't able to concentrate for even a second. First, I needed to wait for my colleagues to go home to be alone with Saito. He always worked late. But then what? What if he refused to help me? The idea of having to force him was devastating. He was my friend, after all. When I finally managed not to think about it anymore, a much more dire thought crept up on me. Laura might die tonight. And if she did, it would be my fault.
Hey, Saito. Neil. Hey, you're working late. Listen, there's something I need to talk to you about. Of course, what's the matter? Saito, I'm sorry. Sorry? For what? Is everything alright? No, it's not. My daughter. Laura was abducted, and the people who took her want something from me. I need your help to get it for them. What? Laura was abducted? When? By whom? By a group of mercenaries. Shit. I'm so sorry, Neil. What's the CDI's plan of action? The CDI? What, do you think these people would do if I told the CDI about it? Wait, you didn't tell anyone else at the CDI? No, look. We don't have much time. The mercenaries want me to help them get the data back that they stole from the chief. They managed to create a backdoor to the CDI network. They can briefly alter the access rights to the folder they want from the CDI database, but they won't be able to retrieve it. That can only be done from a local computer. That's where you come in. You're a system admin, right? You have to grant their request for access to a specific folder you're not usually able to see. They'll pull all the data from that folder to your local drive. Put it on a stick and give it to me. They made it clear it was not to be sent over the web. Okay, listen, holy fuck. I'll bring them the data and then I'll get Laura back. Neil, You realize that you can't trust these people, right? Why are you so convinced that they'll hold up their end of the bargain? If you want to save Laura, you have to ask the higher-ups at the CDI for help. I don't know enough about those people. No chance the CDI would be able to track them down in time. The hack will go down in 5 minutes. If I don't hand them the data tonight, they might kill her. I have an idea. Once they open up the folder they're after, I might be able to locate the source of the back door. We'll explain to the others what's going on and we'll raid the location before the handover is scheduled. You'll have Laura back before they find out that we never went through with the hack. If we do it that way, do we still retrieve the data in that folder? We won't need it. But if you can't trace them and don't get the data, we have nothing. Fine. I'll accept the data transfer either way. I'll delete if I'm able to trace the hack. No, that's too risky. I'll hand them the data as planned. They expect me in an hour. Please, Neil, come to your senses. Those are criminals. You can't work with them. I'm not so sure anymore who the bigger criminal here is. What are you talking about? You know what? Do what you think is best, but I won't be part of it. Please don't make it complicated, Sato. I really need your help. I really don't want to do this, but you leave me no choice. Tell them it was all me, that I forced you to do it. But I beg you, get me that data. Are you insane? Fine, I'll do it. Put your gun down for the love of God. What is this data anyway? Why do they want it? I'm not sure. I don't have time to explain. She's calling. Hey Neil, I got your sheets. All ready on your end? Yeah, we're ready. Good. We're searching that folder now. I'll tell you when I have access. Alright, there we are. You're good to go. Okay, I think Sato's retrieving the data. I got it. Good work. I'll see you at the handover. God damn, Neil. I'm really sorry, Sato. Hand me the stick. And please give me a little lead before you send them after me. I'd do the same for you. I really enjoyed working with you.
I inserted the stick into my cell and opened up the folder. My heart was pounding. For a moment, it looked like the data wouldn't load, but then the files started appearing on the screen. Dozens, maybe hundreds of documents, messages, pictures, and videos. They were decades old. Most of them dated 1799 or 1800. Their confidentiality level was one I'd never seen before. This was the type of data the Garian network would instantly pick up and trace, both to its receiver and back to its sender. It made sense to physically hand-deliver it if one wished to remain anonymous. I didn't know where to begin, so I opened up the very first file in the list, the oldest one, with shaking hands. It was a document sent from someone at the Department of Commerce to the director of the CDI at the time, Emilia Thorne, now Attorney General in charge of the Justice Department. My eyes widened as I skimmed over the paragraphs. When I was done reading the letter, I checked the time. 20 more minutes. I sat down and opened up the second one, then the third. As the conversation went on, a plan was hatched between a handful of politicians, special interest groups from the private sector, and high-ranking members of the CDI. I didn't recognize most of the names. Some might have been pseudonyms. I stopped looking at the files halfway through and let my head sink onto the backrest. Even though they had used very careful language at first, the goal and purpose of the operation were abundantly clear. The failure of Sector 2 hadn't been an accident. Garians had plotted and engineered it to gain sole access to Drovia's resources and given its strategic importance at the time, ultimately retained supremacy over the solar system. My head was spinning while I tried to figure out what all of it meant for the present and for me. I had long doubted the integrity of the CDI. Was it still rotten to the core, or had things changed? I didn't know about any ongoing operations that were breaching interplanetary law, but then most agents at the time of the Sector 2 incident hadn't known either. And some of the things I did know about, I didn't want to think about them too much. Now what? On the one hand, the public had a right to know. The culprits had to be found and brought to justice. Reparations had to be paid to the affected families and businesses. On the other hand, if the truth came out, the liberators would win. Savient extremists might be emboldened enough to take control of the colony and declare independence. If that happened, Gara would send its ships, and New Joran might send theirs to back up their Savient brethren, and to finally gain access to the planet's Telenium, of course, if their side won. Hundreds might die, thousands even. Time was running out. I tapped the contact of a journalist I had met a while back. I still hadn't made a decision when I heard the dial tone. The data would probably go through if I decided to send it, but there was no way in hell it wouldn't be traced back to me. My heart was pounding so loudly in my ears that I almost didn't hear the voice on the other end.
This is Adrian Polly with the Garian Gazette. How can I help you? Hello? Are you there? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm hanging up now. I have information for you. Who is this? I can't tell you. I'm sending you a data package now. It's flagged and will be quickly picked up and traced by authorities. Your computer might be bricked. Back it up to an external drive as quickly as you can. Are you serious? Please confirm that you understand what I just said. Understand? Good. The public needs to load this. Promise me that won't get buried. Well, I'll have to look at it first. Please. I may not have a second chance to send it out. Did you get it all? Yeah, I got it. Okay. It's in your hands now. I don't know if that was the right choice. Agent Conrad, welcome to our meeting. Glad you made it. I hope I didn't have any trouble finding the place. No, where's my daughter? You'll see in a second. Let's make sure we're on the same page first. You came here alone, unarmed, without anyone else knowing. Yeah. And you have to stick with the data we demanded on your person. I got what you want. And lastly, once you and your daughter are out of here, you will not tell anyone about what happened here. Ever. We won't. Very well. Then we're good to go. If you'll follow us down to the basement. The basement? Dad! Laura, I'm here now. It's gonna be alright. Zora, you're up. Give me the stick. I need to check its contents. It's all there. What the? Everything alright? Yeah, it's just... I can't believe what I'm looking at. But we're good. This was the folder we targeted. Great. Thank you very much for helping us, Agent Conrad. You two are free to go. So that's it? You just let us walk out of here? Stay quiet about it and enjoy the rest of your life. I trust you'll be true to your word. Zora vouched for you. Which was quite out of character, Zora. Mr. Conrad, if you act up, we'll consider our deal broken and we'll find you and your family. Thank you, Zora. Good luck, Laura. Let's go home. Don't turn around, keep walking. It's all going to be alright. You're safe now, okay? I kept up my end of the bargain and they'll keep up theirs. Are you okay? Are you hurt? It's over. It's all over. Laura, are you hurt? No.
And that's it. The most tumultuous days of my life, and possibly in Garian history. Abbott Dyson has been charged with interplanetary terrorism, first-degree murder, and more that would put a normal person away for multiple lifetimes. Unfortunately, he is one of the world's most influential billionaires, and as it stands now, he isn't going to prison for more than a few years. It is rumored that he's putting someone else in charge of his company for the time being, and will be allowed back at his post after serving his sentence. With their mastermind unmasked, at least it's safe to say that the Liberators won't ever make another appearance. Even though Dyson and Cox each lost a lot in the Sector 2 incident, I don't believe their actions were really driven by a righteous thirst for revenge. Almost all the people who have suffered and might still suffer from their actions had nothing to do with Gara's past crimes. Ultimately, Dyson had tried to start an interplanetary war in hopes of increasing his profit margins, and he might still succeed in it. The data I leaked sent a shockwave through the solar system. The source of the leak was quickly discovered, and the CDI not only fired me on the spot, but also tried to scrub me from their records and made all sorts of claims to discredit me. The Garian state scrambled to spin the narrative on the Sector 2 incident, but the data was authentic and unambiguous. 40 years ago, the Savient colony on Drovia had been sabotaged in a secret operation initiated by a handful of Gyara's top politicians, economic elites, and the CDI under the leadership of Amelia Thorne, now Attorney General and leader of the Garian Department of Justice. It became clear to me why she had tried to hide the data, fired the chief when he got too close, and ordered the arrest of Cox when she realized who he was. She is currently awaiting trial, along with a number of mostly retired politicians who were implicated in the conspiracy. Lara is free again and seems to be doing okay, but I wonder every day about the scars this experience has left behind. Even though I know I'm not directly to blame, I will never forgive myself for inadvertently dragging her into all this. As for me, I am free again, as free as I was before, but my life is forever changed. Catherine and I are dating again, however crazy that sounds. Things are so different now. The world is so different that maybe something good can come of it again.
Okay, so they're going to be a family again.
And finally, Zora. Easily the strangest person I've met in my life. Despite the terrible things she did, I'm grateful for her help when it really counted. I don't know if there is a path of redemption for her, but vouching for me might have been her first step towards it.
Late in the evening, the lights are still there, ever unchanging, they shine unaware. The sea is above me, the sea is beneath. The waves that have parted will once again meet. So we stand here, in the end we're out of love. Want to try again.
I like the song. It's quite chill.
Don't give a fuck. Will it have mattered? Is there a cause? Will it return, or will it be lost? So we stand here, in the end we're out of love. Want to try again, but the stars don't give a fuck. As we stand here, in the end we lose it all. To the stars above and below, we must look so small.
Dumb things on stream, so many dumb things.